Ladies and gentlemen, life is not a rehearsal, it is the main event. Too often, we delay happiness, waiting for the perfect job, the perfect relationship, the perfect moment. But life is passing us by minute, and those moments will never return. The truth is, happiness does not arrive one day like a package at your doorstep. Happiness is created in this very moment by your attitude, your gratitude, and your awareness. To truly live, we must learn to enjoy every minute of our life, not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Let me share with you 7 key points that will help you embrace happiness in the present moment. Most of us live our lives trapped in 2 prisons. One is the past, filled with regrets, guilt, and what ifs. The other is the future, full of worries, fears, and uncertainties. Very rarely do we step outside those prisons to live in the only place that actually exists, the present moment. The truth is, past no longer exists except in your memory, and the future has not yet been born except in your imagination. The only real thing you have is now. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, I'll be happy when I get that job, when I buy that house, when I find the right partner, when things finally settle down? Life never truly settles down. It keeps moving. By waiting for happiness, you are postponing the very gift of life itself. Every second you waste worrying about yesterday or obsessing about tomorrow, you are ignoring the miracle that is unfolding in front of your eyes today. The power of now lies in its freshness. This moment has never happened before, and it will never come again. Right now, as you listen, your heart is beating faithfully, carrying life through your body. Right now, the world is full of small wonders. The sound of laughter somewhere nearby, the warmth of sunlight touching the earth, the rhythm of your own breath. But how often do we notice these? Most of us are too busy chasing something else, while the beauty of life is slipping quietly through our fingers. Running to the park. Living in the present doesn't mean ignoring the past or neglecting the future. It means learning from the past without living in it, preparing for the future without obsessing over it. It means giving your full attention to this moment, because this moment is your life. If you keep missing, one day you will look back and realize that you missed your entire life. So appreciate this very instant. Appreciate that you are alive, that you are breathing, that you are capable of love, laughter, growth, and connection. Don't let happiness be a distant destination. Let it be your traveling companion in every step you take. Because the truth is, happiness is not something you arrive at. It's something you practice right now. If there is one habit that can completely transform the quality of your life, it is gratitude. Gratitude is not just saying thank you when something good happens. It is a state of mind, a way of seeing the world, and a daily practice that shifts your entire perspective. It is the art of recognizing the blessings you already have, of obsessing over what you lack. Most people fall into the trap of when, then, thinking, when I get that promotion, then I'll be happy. When I move into that bigger house, then I'll be content. When I find the perfect relationship, I'll feel complete. But life doesn't work that way. Even after you achieve those things, your mind will quickly find another when to chase. This cycle keeps you in a constant state of restlessness, always running but never arriving. Gratitude is the antidote to that cycle. When you pause and truly appreciate what you already have, something shifts inside you. You stop chasing happiness in the distant future and begin to realize that you already possess countless reasons to be happy today. Think about it. If you can see, if you can hear, if you can walk, if you can breathe, if you woke up this morning in a bed, you already have more blessings than millions of people in this world. Yet, so often we overlook them because we are focused on what's missing. Practicing gratitude doesn't require grand gestures. It starts with small, simple acts of awareness. Begin your day by listing 3 things you are thankful for. Even something as simple as the comfort of your pillow, the taste of clean water, or the presence of someone who cares for you. Throughout the day, remind yourself to notice the little joys, the laughter of a child, kindness of a stranger, the warmth of sunshine on your face, or the beauty of the night sky. These moments are gifts. Only gratitude can unlock their value. Science even proves the power of gratitude. Show that people who practice daily gratitude experience less stress, sleep better, and report higher levels of joy and satisfaction. Why? Because gratitude changes the way your brain works. It trains your mind to focus on abundance instead of scarcity, on positivity instead of negativity. When your thoughts shift, your emotions follow, and when your emotions shift, your entire life experience transforms. But here's the most beautiful truth about gratitude: it multiplies. The more thankful you are, the more you find things to be thankful for. Gratitude turns ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. It turns problems into lessons, strangers into friends, and challenges into opportunities. It doesn't remove difficulties, it gives you the strength and perspective to face them with a lighter heart. So, don't make gratitude an occasional practice, make it a daily ritual. Write it down, say it out loud, share it with the people around you. Wake up and remind yourself, today is a gift. Today I will notice and appreciate the blessings around me. Because when gratitude becomes your lifestyle, happiness becomes your constant companion. We live in a world that worships speed. We rush to work, rush to eat, rush through conversations, rush through life, and at the end of the day, we wonder why we feel empty, exhausted, and disconnected. In our obsession with moving fast, we often forget to live. We're so busy trying to reach the next thing that we don't realize we are missing the only thing that actually matters, the moment right in front of us. Being present is one of the greatest skills you can develop if you want to live a happy life. Presence means fully immersing yourself in what you are doing right now, instead of letting your mind wander to yesterday's mistakes or tomorrow's worries. It's about giving your full attention to the moment. Whether you are eating, talking, walking, or simply sitting in silence. About how often we multitask. We eat dinner while scrolling through our phones. We listen to someone while rehearsing our response in our head. We walk outside but fail to notice the beauty around us because we are lost in thought. The result? We live half lives. We experience only a fraction of the richness life has to offer because our attention is divided. Slowing down is not laziness, it is wisdom. It's realizing that the depth of life is not found in rushing through it, but in savoring it. Imagine eating your favorite meal slowly, savoring each bite, noticing the flavors, appreciating the effort that went into preparing it. That simple act becomes a source of joy. Or think of sitting with a loved one, looking into their eyes, listening to their words, not just with your ears, but with your heart. Moment becomes a memory you will carry forever. The truth is, happiness often hides in the smallest details. The sound of birds in the morning, smell of fresh rain, the laughter of children, the feeling of a gentle breeze. But when you move too fast, you miss these gifts. Life is not about how much you accomplish, but how deeply you experience the journey. Slowing down also teaches patience and mindfulness. When you walk slowly, you notice the world around you. When you breathe slowly, you feel calm. When you speak slowly, your words carry weight. When you live slowly, you stop waiting for the future and start appreciating the miracle of the present. Remember, nobody at the end of their life says, "I wish I had rushed more." People regret not spending more time with loved ones, not noticing the beauty of everyday life, not living in the moment. So start now. Put down the phone. take a deep breath. Look around you. Be here fully. Because life is not a race to the finish line. It is a dance, a song, a journey to be experienced with presence. And when you slow down and truly live each moment, you discover that happiness was never far away. It was always here, waiting for you to notice. One of the greatest traps in life is the belief that happiness is tied to material possessions. Society constantly whispers in our ears, when you buy this car, you'll feel important. When you wear this brand, you'll be respected. When you live in this kind of house, people will admire you. From advertisements to social media, we are surrounded by messages that convince us our joy depends on what we own, how we look, or how much money we have in the bank. But here's the truth: material things can give comfort, but they cannot give lasting happiness. A new phone excites you for a week, then becomes just another object in your pocket. A bigger house may feel amazing for a while. Soon you get used to it and start craving something even larger. The shine of material things fades quickly, and the hunger for more never ends. That's because external possessions can never fill an internal emptiness. Look around at the world. There are wealthy people living in mansions who are depressed, anxious, and lonely. At the same time, there are people with very little who radiate joy, laughter, and peace. What does that show us? Happiness does not come from what you own, from how you live and what you value. Detachment does not mean you reject all material possessions. It means you stop letting them define your worth or dictate your happiness. There's nothing wrong with enjoying nice things. Problem begins when you tie your identity and sense of joy to those things. If your self-esteem rises and falls with the brand of clothes you wear, the car you drive, or the size of your paycheck, your happiness will always be fragile. True joy is found in experiences, connections, and inner peace about it. What do you remember most from your life so far? Was it the shoes you bought 10 years ago? Or was it the laughter you shared with friends, the trips you took with family, the lessons you learned in hard times? We don't carry material things into our memories. We carry moments, relationships, and emotions. Detaching from material illusions frees you to focus on what actually matters. Instead of chasing possessions, you begin to chase meaning. Instead of collecting objects, you collect experiences. Instead of trying to impress others, you try to express yourself authentically. Shift creates a happiness that no money can buy. Think of it like this: material things are like sugar. They give you a quick rush. It fades, leaving you craving more. But inner joy, gratitude, love, kindness, and peace, these are like nourishment. They last, they sustain you, and they grow the more you practice them. So, stop tying your happiness to the next purchase, the next upgrade, or the next status symbol. Instead, tie it to sunsets, laughter, time spent with people you love, and the peace of knowing you are enough exactly as you are. Detach from the illusion that more means happier. Often, less brings more clarity, more presence, and more joy. At the end of your life, nobody will talk about how expensive your clothes were or how big your house was. They will remember your kindness, your laughter, your love, and the way you made them feel. That is the real wealth of life. Happiness is not something that just happens to you. It is something you choose every single day. Too many people live as if happiness is a lottery ticket, waiting to be handed to them by chance, luck, or circumstance. They say, "I'll be happy when things finally go my way." But here's the reality: life doesn't always go your way. Problems come, people disappoint you. Unexpected storms appear. If your happiness depends on everything being perfect, you will spend your life waiting, and you may never feel truly happy. Happiness is not an accident, it is a decision. It's not about ignoring pain or pretending that problems don't exist. It's about deciding that no matter what happens, running through the park, you will not let your joy be stolen. Every morning when you wake up, you are given a choice: focus on what's wrong or focus on what's right. See challenges as punishments or see them as lessons. Feel like a victim or rise as a victor. That choice belongs to you, and it is more powerful than any circumstance. Think about two people who face the same situation. One loses a job and falls into despair, while the other loses a job and sees it as an opportunity to grow, to learn, to pursue a new path. The event was the same. Their happiness was different because of the choice they made in how to respond. That is the power of intention. When you choose happiness, you are not denying reality. You are shaping it. You are training your mind to see possibilities instead of problems, hope instead of hopelessness, beauty instead of brokenness. Choosing happiness is about owning your response, even if you cannot control the circumstances. Now, choosing happiness doesn't mean every day will be filled with laughter and sunshine. Life has seasons. There will be times of pain, loss, and difficulty. But even in those moments, you can still choose hope. You can choose gratitude for what remains instead of despair for what was lost. You can choose to believe that better days are ahead instead of drowning in fear. That is the strength of intentional happiness. It carries you through storms without letting them destroy your spirit. Choosing happiness also requires letting go of excuses. Many people say, "I can't be happy because my past was painful, because my circumstances are tough, because people don't treat me right." But if you hand your happiness over to other people or past events, you are giving away your greatest power. Happiness is not found in control over others. It is found in control over yourself. Start small. Instead of saying, "I'll be happy when my life changes," say, "I'll be happy while my life changes." Instead of waiting for perfect conditions, create joy where you are. Listen to music that lifts your soul. Spend time with people who make you laugh. Speak words of encouragement to yourself. Serve others, even when no one else does. These are not accidents. These are choices, daily choices that build a happy life. Remember this truth: storms will come, but they don't have to live inside you. Darkness will fall, but it doesn't have to control you. Running through the park, you may not choose every event in your life, but you can always choose your attitude. That is where happiness is born, not from what happens to you, but from how you respond to what happens. So today, make a decision. Choose happiness. Not tomorrow, not next year, but now. Because happiness doesn't come when everything is perfect. It comes when you decide that you will not wait any longer. One of the most overlooked secrets to happiness is learning to celebrate the small wins in life. Too often, running through the park, we condition ourselves to only feel joy when something big happens. When we graduate, when we get the promotion, when we buy the dream car, when we reach a major milestone. But in chasing only the grand achievements, we overlook the dozens of little victories happening every single day. And the truth is, life is not made up of a few big moments. It is made up of thousands of small ones. Think about it. The mountain climber doesn't reach the top in one leap. He takes step after step, sometimes slow, sometimes painful, but each step matters. Every small progress brings him closer to the summit. Yet, if he only celebrates when he reaches the peak, he misses the joy of the journey. In the same way, if you only allow yourself to be happy at big milestones, you will spend most of your life feeling unfulfilled. Celebrating small wins trains your mind to see progress instead of perfection. For example, maybe you didn't finish the marathon yet, but you ran a little farther today than you did yesterday. That's a win. Maybe you didn't pay off all your debt yet, but you managed to save a little extra this month. That's a win. Maybe you're still learning a new skill, but you've grown more confident than you were last week. that's a win. Running through the park. Each of these moments deserves recognition because they are proof that you are moving forward. Psychologists call this the progress principle. Studies show that people feel happiest not at the end of a huge achievement, when they recognize small steps of progress along the way. These little celebrations create momentum. They fuel your motivation and remind you that you are capable of growth. But many people make the mistake of dismissing their progress. They say things like, "It's nothing, it doesn't matter, it's too small to celebrate." And so they rob themselves of joy. Imagine if a child took their very first steps and the parents said, "Well, you're not running yet, so it doesn't matter." That would be ridiculous. Of course they celebrate. Why? Because every step, no matter how small, is progress. You deserve to give yourself the same grace. Celebrating small wins also shifts your focus from lack to abundance. Running through the park. Instead of constantly noticing what you haven't achieved, you begin to notice how far you've already come. That shift builds confidence and keeps you moving forward, even when the journey feels long. Celebration doesn't have to mean throwing a party every time. It can be as simple as pausing to smile, saying, "I'm proud of myself," writing down your progress in a journal, or treating yourself to something small. Act of acknowledgement is what matters. It tells your brain, "This matters, keep going." And here's the deeper truth. Life itself is a collection of small wins. Waking up to see another sunrise is a win. Overcoming a bad day and trying again tomorrow is a win. Choosing kindness when it would have been easier to be harsh is a win. These may not make headlines, but they make a life worth living. So don't wait for the grand finale to allow yourself joy. Celebrate the small victories along the way, because they are the building blocks of the big ones. Happiness is not hidden in the distant mountaintop. It's sprinkled all along the path, if you only take the time to notice and celebrate it. There is a profound truth about happiness that many people overlook. The fastest way to find joy for yourself is to create joy for others. We often think happiness is something we must chase for ourselves, through our achievements, our possessions, or our comfort. But life has a beautiful paradox. When you give happiness away, it comes back to you multiplied. Think about the last time you made someone smile. Maybe you gave a compliment, helped a stranger, or simply listened to a friend who was hurting. How did you feel afterward? That warmth in your heart, that sense of connection, that quiet joy. That is the magic of spreading happiness. In those moments, you realize happiness is not something you hoard, but something you share. Creating joy for others doesn't always require grand gestures. It can be as simple as holding the door open, offering a kind word, or showing genuine gratitude. A smile can brighten someone's dark day. A small act of kindness can ripple out in ways you may never see. You never know what silent battles someone is fighting, but your simple gesture could be the light that helps them through. History and wisdom have always shown us this truth. The greatest fulfillment comes not from serving yourself, but from serving others. Why do you think people who dedicate their lives to helping others, teachers, caregivers, volunteers, often radiate so much joy, even if they don't have material wealth? It's because giving creates a sense of purpose. It makes you feel connected to something bigger than yourself. When you focus only on yourself, your world becomes small. Every problem feels larger, every setback feels heavier. But when you reach out to others, your perspective widens. You see that life is not just about your struggles. It's about contributing, uplifting, and sharing the gift of love. And that shift fills your life with meaning. Creating joy for others also deepens relationships. Happiness grows when it is shared. Think about a celebration, a birthday, a festival, a wedding. Why do these moments feel so powerful? It's not just the event itself, but the shared laughter, the togetherness, the joy of seeing others happy. When we bring joy to others, we strengthen the bonds of love and friendship, and those bonds become a source of lasting happiness. And here's the most beautiful part. Joy is contagious. When you bring happiness to one person, they are more likely to pass it on. Your act of kindness can set off a chain reaction, one smile leading to another, one good deed inspiring the next. You may never know how far your influence travels, but rest assured it does. At the end of life, what will people remember about you? Not the money you earned or the possessions you collected, but the way you made them feel. Did you make them laugh when they wanted to cry? Did you encourage them when they doubted themselves? Did you bring light into their darkness? That is the legacy of joy you leave behind. So, if you want to live a truly happy life, make it your mission to create joy wherever you go. Be the reason someone believes in kindness again. Be the reason someone smiles today. Be the light in someone's storm, because in giving joy to others, you discover the richest, purest form of happiness for yourself. My friends, life is short, fragile, and unpredictable. None of us knows how many days we have left. We do know this: we have today. We have this moment, right now, to live fully, to love deeply, to laugh freely, and to be truly happy. Don't wait for the perfect day to start enjoying your life. Don't postpone your joy for someday. That may never come. Happiness is not hidden in the future. It is alive in the present. It's in the gratitude for what you already have, in the small wins you achieve, in slowing down to notice the beauty around you, and in spreading kindness wherever you go. So, make a choice today, choose happiness. Celebrate life minute by minute. And as you do, remember this truth. When you enjoy every moment, when you create joy for yourself and for others, you are not just living, you are truly alive. Be happy now, not later, not someday, but now, because now is all we really have.